Welcome back to Front Row Tampa Bay. You know, Clearwater is really one of the most desirable destinations in the Tampa Bay area. And you think of Tampa Bay, the primary cities are Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater. And George Cretekos is the mayor of the very recent mayor of Clearwater, I would say. And Mayor, you served for so many years. First of all, I should say you're a Tarpon Springs native. With a name like Cretekos, that is not surprising.
Right. Frank, I spoke Greek before I spoke English.
Did you really?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, you're doing well. I'm bilingual too. No, I'm not. For so many years, you served Congressman Bill Young in his office, 36 years, yes, correct? That was your introduction to politics. What did you learn from him and in that capacity about elective office?
I think the Congressman instilled in us that constituent service, taking care, not worrying what the problem is, just trying to get the job done. I remember many years ago working with the congressman, we had a town hall meeting, and some lady came up to the congressman and said, "Mr. Young, how can you work with Bella Abzug?" And the congressman said, "Well, sometimes I'm sure people in New York go up to Bella Abzug and say, 'How can you work with Bill Young?'" And the secret back then, and I think it has changed over the years, the internet has made us want things instantaneously. But back then, when we first got started, you tried to work together. Tip O'Neill, Ronald Reagan, example. Congressman Young is still a model of statesman. Bipartisanship.
Yeah.
And he's instilled in that your problem is the most important problem that I'm going to have to deal with today. And I think that is the one thing that the congressman has instilled in us over the years.
Yeah.
And hopefully my service as mayor of Clearwater and what we're doing in Clearwater gives people that same level of comfort.
You went to your first Republican National Convention in 1968 in Miami Beach.
Yes, I actually met Congressman Young there. He was a state senator in 1968. I met him. I was working volunteer for Congressman Bill Kramer, who was the congressman for this area at the time.
And at that time, Richard Nixon was the front runner, but Nelson Rockefeller was still challenging him. That's when conventions, the nomination wasn't necessarily decided before the convention.
That's correct. In fact, I was telling some people the other day as I was visiting with all of the delegations who are staying on Clearwater Beach and in our city to make them feel welcomed and ask them to make sure that they come back. I was joking with some of them that years ago, after you placed the name of a candidate in nomination, there was a big demonstration around the convention floor. And in 1968 in Miami, they were actually paying people to come into the convention to demonstrate. And think of how that has changed, unfortunately, over these last many years.
You have to be a delegate or an invited guest to even get in the hall.
Yeah.
And the security is,
and the security,
what, of course, post 9/11 is changed completely. You have rolled out the red carpet in Clearwater. Obviously, you have a number of delegations staying there. But you also have a very unique display of sculpted dolphins. And in fact, I think we have some video of that we can show you.
Oh, great.
We do have it, or there it is.
Tourism is Clearwater's #1 industry, and after being here just a few minutes, it's easy to see why. The all-new Hyatt Regency Clearwater Beach Resort and Spa is Clearwater Beach's newest luxury resort and serves as a centerpiece for the city's new multi-million-dollar beach walk, a half-mile promenade for shopping, dining, and entertainment. Also located on Clearwater Beach is the Sand Pearl, offering beach luxury like no other, and the Wyndham, a stylish and intimate setting for parties and weddings. Clearwater has beautiful weather year-round, award-winning beaches, magnificent sunsets, and outstanding events and attractions, some of which I got to check out firsthand, like indoor surfing. Residents love the lifestyle of Clearwater, and if you're seeking a local hotspot, be sure to check out the famous Frenchie's Rockaway Grill for food, drinks, and a whole lot of fun. Clearwater is also home to Winter the Dolphin, the star of the movie Dolphin Tale. For more dolphin adventures, you can take a ride on the Tropic Boat Tours, where you are guaranteed to see these beautiful creatures in their natural habitat. Starting as a vaudeville theater in 1921, Clearwater's historic Capitol Theater has recently joined with Ruth Eckerd Hall to renovate and revitalize downtown Clearwater. For a fun, relaxing lifestyle, Clearwater, Florida is the perfect place to work, play, and live.
Yeah, of course, for us and reflects some of the highlights of Clearwater and Clearwater Beach that you're proud of.
Absolutely, Frank. The city made an investment on Clearwater Beach of approximately $35 million on Beach Walk. Following that, the Hyatt and the Sand Pearl have come in. They were the first hotels to be built not only in Clearwater, but on the beaches of Pinellas, first resort-type hotels in over 20 years. So that investment that the city made has really paid off for tourism, not only in Clearwater, but throughout Pinellas County.
Absolutely. Suddenly we're joined by some of your friends that I think you know fairly well. I'm seated next to Chuck Warrington, who's the Managing Director and CEO of Clearwater Gas Systems, which is a municipal gas system. This is David Yates, CEO of the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and Brad Jenkins is with St. Pete College, and we welcome you gentlemen to our panel, and thanks very much. The Clearwater gas system, as I point out, the fourth largest municipal gas system in the state of Florida, correct? And so you have homeowners who benefit from your services, but now you have a compressed gas station, correct?
That's right. We built about 10 months ago, we opened the largest public natural gas fueling station in Florida, and actually the largest in the southeast United States. We built it principally to serve the 70 solid waste trucks that operate in the city of Clearwater. Those are garbage trucks and refuge trucks. They're looking to save about $18,000 a year on the fuel cost per truck, and they pay that investment back in about less than 2 years. So it's a really good investment for the city. We then have that station available to serve the 20 other cities in our community, 2 counties, and all the customer fleets in the area. The city will convert utility trucks, a number of vehicles throughout the city, to natural gas. It's just a really good investment. Natural gas is economical. Our price tag on the station is $2.05 a gallon. Per gallon equivalent. We have people stop every day and want to know how they can get some of that in their car. They do need to convert their car, of course, in order to do that. But it is economical. It's clean. It's environmentally clean. It's 30 to 50% less carbon emissions into the atmosphere. It's abundant. The country has at least 100 years and probably 1,000 years of natural gas available. We're discovering a new gas every year, and it's American. It's the energy source that we have in this country to stop our appetite for $1 billion a day worth of oil that we're buying from people who really don't like us around the world. And so we're looking forward to converting a lot of vehicles in this area to natural gas.
Beyond vehicles, you have homeowners, businesses who rely on your product as well. Now, unfortunately, the thing with natural gas is not all areas are plumbed for natural gas. In other words, the pipelines don't go to every neighborhood.
But we have 850 miles of gas main in the area between going all the way from Reddington Beach all the way up into Land O'Lakes. We also provide propane gas, so we can put gas in every home in our service territory. And we're expanding lines continually into new neighborhoods. So we're making it available to a lot of people. And right now, for a residential customer, 62% cheaper than electricity.
Yeah. I want to shift gears now and talk to Brad Jenkins from St. Pete College. David, I promise we'll get to you as well.
No, we're good.
And this relates because we're talking about growing our economy in Tampa Bay. We're talking about having a talented workforce, and St. Pete College is on a mission to provide that workforce. But you need the support services in place, like a natural gas system, a public utility, to make business grow as well. Businesses rely on services.
Exactly. What we've opened up is our new Collaborative Center for Emerging Technologies at the Clearwater campus, where we got our own building. It's the northwest part of the campus. It's right on Drew Street. You know, there's only 2 ways out of Clearwater, Gulf to Bay and Drew Street. We got 10,000 cars go right past Drew Street. We got a 5,000 square foot manufacturing facility. No more separate doors and lab facilities. It's all under one roof, like a manufacturing facility would have, so that our students or industry can use our facilities day or night on Saturdays. And you walk in, and we'll have 4 or 5 different types of activities going on at the same time, whether we're doing SolidWorks design, solid modeling, rapid prototyping, advanced electronic testing, metrology, inspection. We have a clean room. It's all available. We've been very fortunate to work, especially with 2 real good firms in Clearwater, TSE Industries and Caviform. They helped us from a technical standpoint to set up our manufacturing concern for rapid prototyping. We've got the only manufacturing facility in an educational institution in the state. We work a lot with industry. Companies send their employees to take our courses.
For continuing education and
for upgrading, and also to get better jobs. And everybody's got to do a project within our area. They can do a company project. A company can save thousands of dollars by using our facilities, molding. We're into rapid prototyping and CNC for plastics. So folks can come in. They can do their own work. And then they don't have to spend thousands of dollars setting a mold and then going back through and redoing everything. We've got the facilities to do that. We worked awfully good. You know, Pinellas County is second in the state in manufacturing jobs. There's over 30,000 people that have manufacturing jobs in Pinellas County. And we're third in the state in manufacturing firms. So it's a well-kept secret. Manufacturing's alive and well in Pinellas County, and we're serving that not only from a college credit certificate, but also from a training standpoint.
Do you have enough students who are interested in this field?
Oh my gosh, we've got over 200 students, and especially into our rapid prototyping area, and those students are getting jobs. And after one semester, they can take 3 courses, they can get a part-time job. After 2 semesters, a lot of them get hired in that industry. And we've had over 350 graduates of our certificates in the past 4 years. And they're either getting new jobs, getting upgraded, but we're providing that workforce.
And the idea at St. Pete College has always been, I believe, we want our students ready to enter the workforce, prepared to enter the workforce.
Hands-on. You don't need to sit and work for an associate degree. You can come here and for 5 classes, you can get a certificate that will get you a job or a better job. And we've been very successful on that.
David, you made a transition from, you ran Ironman, the Ironman competition.
I did. I did the race, but I ran the company. I was there from '89 to 1998, correct.
And then you went to Clearwater Marine Aquarium, quite a transition. And to be honest and candid, it wasn't in the best shape financially at that time, was it?
It was struggling. It's a great mission, a great cause. We're involved in marine life rescue and promoting environmental education and environmental awareness. So the mission was great. The cause was fantastic. You just had a few management issues, and my job was to come on board and try to turn it around. But the work we do is amazing work, and there was never an issue with that. We just had to put a revenue model in place that would support the work.
Where do you get your funding?
Our funding is largely from the basic public sources, gate revenue. We have a number of donation programs. We make sure we don't rely on any government support to do operations at all. We're self-funded in that sense, and we provide our work. We have a number of grants we get also. But largely it's gate revenue and guests that love seeing what we do and what we're about.
Winter the Dolphin may be the best thing that ever happened to your aquarium. Agreed?
Not maybe, has been. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Winter's just Winter and I arrived at almost the same time about 6.5 years ago, and I realized this is a story that what she went through, and she's a young dolphin who lost her tail, shouldn't have survived, is now wearing a prosthetic tail, and just learned to overcome all life's challenges. And I told our team, I said, this is a kind of story that can inspire the entire world and change lives of kids, wounded soldiers, and so on. And I got some funny looks back then, but I put her story out to the media, it took off, and it led to a movie called Dolphin Tale, and just has become a great, phenomenal story. It's also driving a lot of tourism into our area at the same time. So it's just been a great, great story for the area.
I was involved with the Gasparilla International Film Festival, which is in Tampa on this side of the bay. Right. There's an actor named Keith David who was part of that. And he and his family wanted to stay an extra day for one purpose.
They came and saw me. Yeah. Well, they came to see Winter. Right. I was secondary, but they saw Winter. That's exactly right.
Mayor, what has this done for the city?
Well, it's hot in August in Tampa. In Clearwater, David knows, we have winter 365 days a year.
That's right.
That aspect has been projected to be like $5 billion in the next 10 years impact on our community. It is just unreal. But more important than the money, Frank, is what the story is and how it encourages people who have a disability to know that they can make it, you know. And that's what is good, makes you feel good about Clearwater, the cooperations that we get. You know, the college has programs to help our veterans who come back from the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. And this is what we've done across the board. The Clearwater Gas Company, our partners in the healthcare industry, our tourism partners, they just all work together to make you feel at home in Clearwater and in the Tampa Bay area, because we can't do it alone. We're part of a community of Tampa Bay, and that's what is so exciting for all of us, I think.
That's right.
Would you agree that, especially when you're putting on an event that's, well, I'm going to say like the Republican National Convention, there really is no event like a national political convention. Would you agree there's been more bipartisanship and more regional cooperation for this effort than you've seen in all your years here?
Absolutely.
Everybody was all in.
We were all in. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. We're part of a process that people around the world would just love to be able to participate in. And what our military and what our country represents across the world is that freedom that this convention and the convention next week in Charlotte will represent. In fact, I don't know too many mayors who, like Mayor Buckhorn, have been to the Republican convention and then the following week go to the Democratic convention.
Right.
So that shows the bipartisanship that works in this area.
I know you're committed as a city to operating in a green, environmentally friendly way. So we talked about natural gas, clean energy. What else is being done in that way?
We've adopted in Clearwater a plan called Green Print. The idea, it's not to force people to do anything, but it's to enable us to start thinking about how we may be more responsible, how we can provide for a sustainability, how we can promote economic growth, and yet remind our residents and those who maybe want to move to Clearwater that we are a green city, that we're environmentally friendly. We have a tremendous recycling program. We use reclaimed water. We have the natural gas. All of these efforts together, you know, to provide clean industries, to give, you know, the young people today, they look at things a little differently than I do in a lot of cases.
Me too. I can
right,
relate.
Yeah. So they want things instantaneous, but they also want to make sure that that they can live where they are.
Gentlemen, thank you all for being here and what you brought to the table, literally.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
All right, coming up next, we'll hear from Joe Lopano, CEO of Tampa International Airport, right here on Front Row Tampa Bay.